Illinois State Police updating those gun registration numbers yet again. Welcome back, Bishop on Air. It's right here with X, Facebook, YouTube. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'm Greg Bishop, hanging out with you each and every weekday morning. Happy Friday. So Illinois State Police have updated the latest gun ban registration numbers. And you can clearly see on their website, they've got the numbers for when the 3-month window was open to register, October 1st through the 23rd, or October 1st through December 31st of 2023. And the number of registrations, you had about 30,000 individuals register, 112,000 items. 68,900 were firearms. The rest were a combination of accessories and a variety of other types of ammunition like 50 caliber BMG. But state police have been updating the latest registration numbers after the January 1st deadline because they said they're going to keep the registration open. And even Governor J.B. Pritzker saying, hey, now that the rules are finalized, they're going to keep those numbers open. So just now updated for January 1st through January 23rd, the number of individuals completing an affidavit on top of the 30,000, it's now 6,000. So an additional 6,000 people in the first 3 weeks of January have registered a total of 11,513 firearms. So the latest numbers are in from Illinois State Police showing that more people registering. Now, granted, the previous update had about 5,900. This update has 6,100. So you're talking, maybe 300 additional people for over the week? Okay, who are those people? Are those people who just moved to Illinois? Are those people who just said, oh, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to register my firearms. Why not? So clearly, you've got some interesting numbers there. So be sure to check that out at the Illinois State Police website. But I did have a couple of listeners who shared with me some of the kind of data breakouts that they did on the Protect Illinois Communities Act registration numbers. And I did want to show you this. It's kind of fascinating. And all the numbers that they broke down. Two different listeners, I believe Stan and Chris. One of them shared these numbers, taking the individual county breakout and the total number of affidavits and the total number of individuals, comparing that to the total number of FOID cards in those counties. And just looking at the total percentage of registration here, and it doesn't really look like much of any are over 1.5. Everything seems to be, 1.69 for DuPage County. As far as the percentage of FOID card holders that are registering firearms, you've got, clean 1% in Hancock County. So 50 individuals of 5,007 FOID card holders registering firearms. You've got, it really kind of just looks like the average. 1.76% in Lake County, about 2,000 of the 112,000 FOID card holders in Lake County registering. So these are interesting numbers. And across the board, it shows nothing over 2%. However, in St. Clair County, I wonder what's going on there. St. Clair County, 6.4%, according to these numbers that were crunched by a listener. So about 3,800 of the 60,000 in St. Clair County. That's interesting. But that's really the major outlier. Everything else is within the range of 0.5% to 1.5%. So I appreciate the breakdown on that. And somebody else sent another spreadsheet unpacking some more of these numbers. And in particular, the number of endorsement affidavits per individual in each county. And this one coming from another listener showing that Crawford County had the most affidavits per individual at close to seven filings per individual in Crawford County. Jasper County, 6.6%. Douglas County, 6.6%, but 6.6 per individual. Douglas County, 5.7 registrations per individual that did register. Henry County, 5.5 per individual, and then it goes on down from there. The lowest number of the 102 counties, let's see here, Scott County, 1.8 per individual filed some kind of banned item with Illinois State Police. So these are really fascinating charts, and just a way to play with some of the numbers. The total average across the state, though, is 3.8 items per individual. So fun with numbers, I guess, is one way you could put it. Bottom line, though, is it's clear that the total number of registrations across the states, any way you cut it, if it's just comparing the FOID card numbers to the total number of registrants, now it's 1.5% of the total FOID card holders who've registered. But if you extrapolate other data of, surveys of gun owners, how many people own AR-15s, for instance, and then you might start getting closer to maybe 4%, 5%, 8%, either way. It is 90+% of people who are not complying with the registration, even after that deadline of January 1st, seems to have just been opened up, and anybody can register really at any time now, I guess, because the state even said that they can't enforce whether or not somebody registers. They can only enforce whether or not you're caught with a firearm that's not registered, but just merely the act of not registering is not an enforceable offense, according to the state's latest filings in federal court. So fun with numbers on this Friday. Wanted to share that with you. Coming up, stay tuned. We'll talk with Attorney Thomas DeVore about his latest filing, a novel approach. So we'll hear from him about that. Stay tuned. It's Here with Bishop on Air. Follow along, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you on the other side here.